Coming up, Sheetz drops gas prices,
TSA is on Thanksgiving food,
the annual Thanksgiving survey,
Target expecting a weak season.
all that entertainment, weather, and sports coming up on PS News. Good afternoon, Plattsburgh. I'm Sylvia Mania.
And I'm Molly Ryan. Let's get into today's news.
Sheetz is slashing prices at some of its pumps ahead of the busy Thanksgiving travel period. The price of its unleaded 88 is being reduced by 40 cents a gallon at more than 500 locations. The deal runs now through the end of the month. Sheetz and other chains periodically slash prices to generate buzz and sales. Sheetz encourages customers to check out its app or website to see if their location offers the discounted fuel. Its locations are primarily in the Mid-Atlantic region. It also offers discounts on unleaded 88 during the Thanksgiving holiday last year. The deal comes as AAA predicts the busiest Thanksgiving in years, forecasting nearly 80 million people will travel for the holiday season. It says nearly 90% of them will be drivers.
If you're flying this Thanksgiving, make sure to store that cranberry sauce in your checked baggage. The Transportation Security Administration has outlined which holiday favorites are banned from carry-ons. Anything that can be spilled, spread, sprayed, pumped, or poured and is larger than 3.4 ounces must be in a checked bag. That means keeping the gravy, wine, apple cider, canned fruits and vegetables, preserves, and maple syrup tucked away. Meanwhile, items allowed through security include baked goods, meats, stuffing, casseroles, mac and cheese, and fresh fruits and vegetables. For items that need to be kept cold, ice packs are allowed, but they must be frozen solid at screening checkpoints. The TSA is preparing for a busy Thanksgiving week. More than 18 million people are expected to be screened from Tuesday, November 26th to Monday, December 2nd.
A little reprieve this Thanksgiving. The holiday dinner will cost less this year according to the American Farm Bureau Federation's annual Thanksgiving survey. The average cost for this year's dinner for 10 people is $58. That's a 5% drop from 2023, but still 19% higher than before the pandemic. The centerpiece of the meal, the turkey, has helped bring down the overall cost. According to the Federation, the average price for a 16-pound turkey is $25. But better deals might be out there. Farm Bureau shoppers checked prices before most grocery store chains began featuring their lower holiday prices.
Target is expecting a surprisingly weak holiday shopping season. The company forecasts Wednesday sales during the final quarter of the year will be flat. It also lowered its profit forecast and reported a sluggish sales increase of just 0.3% during its latest quarter. Target is a bellwether for consumer spending habits and the retail sector as a whole. The holiday shopping season is crucial for retailers. Target can survive a weak holiday season, but many smaller companies depend on strong sales during the holidays. Target is struggling in part because its core middle-class customer base has been strained by higher prices overall. They have pulled back on discretionary goods like home decor, electronics, and non-essential clothing in favor of groceries and everyday essentials. Want to learn more about the Indigenous literature read aloud? Here is Hans Hammerschlag with the Inside Scoop.
At SUNY Plattsburgh, Indigenous history is important. Not only does the school recognize that it is on former native lands, but strives to tell the story of those who were here before it. This is shown to be true as on Wednesday, the school hosted an Indigenous literature read-aloud event, celebrating the voices of those who might not be given one in everyday life.
So we're reading pieces from Indigenous authors and sharing their works to raise awareness and kind of share their story in their own words. And that's a big part of these events of how do we elevate other communities by using their words that they've already shared. Hearing the words of other people in other communities that have been either shunned or been oppressed we're allowing ourselves and those other individuals to come as they are with all their feelings and all their emotions. Because at the end of the day, that's what's important. That's how you build community, by being there and listening to each other.
And through an event like this, a greater sense of togetherness can be achieved.
One of the many beautiful things of Indigenous communities is that they are a community. They're very much about being there for each other. And that's something that Plattsburgh is already very community focused. So a lot of this is, how do we build that even more? And how do we build in a society, or create a society, whether it's on campus, within Plattsburgh, or even beyond that, where people feel like they can bring their authentic selves. And the Indigenous communities have done a wonderful job of doing that, even the ones that are still around. So how do we learn from them and adapt what they have created to bring it here, so we are being more inclusive and more self-aware as well, and growing ourselves.
And so if you want to learn more about Indigenous literature, stop by the DEI office. They are always glad to help and have a conversation. Reporting live from the ACC on the campus of SUNY Plattsburgh, Hans Hammerschlag, PS News.
Have you ever been hypnotized before? Salish the hypnotist came to SUNY Plattsburgh to show us his talent skills. Here's Grant Hodgmuth with the inside scoop. Let's take a look.
This week, SUNY Plattsburgh hosted Salish, a nationally ranked hypnotist to perform for students and faculty alike. His start in the career was unique, however.
Mine was a little bit backwards. I fell into it. I worked for a hypnotist, ended up being on the road with him for 2 years. I picked it up, was really intrigued by it, never thought I would do it, and then I started doing for fun. Most hypnotists out there, they'll take either courses on it, or they're magicians or other forms of entertainment, and take courses from hypnotists to become a stage hypnotist. So it is absolutely incredible. I wish I got into this much younger. Like, even though I was a hypnotist and I know I could make people do stupid, messed up things, I didn't realize how much I could help until maybe a decade ago, a bit more than that.
Colin, a freshman who participated in the event, had this to add about his experience on stage.
It was fun. It was definitely like break out of your comfort zone. I mean, I don't think I was hypnotized as the other people, but I was definitely really open to it, and I think that's what made it really fun. I mean, especially like the dancing parts of it. Like, I was trying to encourage other people, because like, it's just fun, man. Like, nothing bad's gonna come out of this. So what? There's a funny video you dance in. Just go out there and have fun, man.
Being a nationally recognized performer, these past couple years have been drastic for Salish's career due to COVID and its aftermath.
95% of my shows were canceled. I just thought it was going to be a few months, and I'd get back. I mean, the world would get back. And what ended up happening was, 3 months ended up being 6 months, and then I started, feeling it. It really drew sort of a anxiety, a depression. And then when I started getting out of it and starting to do a few shows here and there, I became a personal trainer, but I noticed the issues with mental health. So COVID was the worst thing that happened to me career-wise, but it was also the best thing that happened to me, because I got to realize what I missed the most. I've been doing this for 30 years, and to have everything taken away from you that you had no control over, you really begin to respect, what makes you happy.
While the show is a big part of his gig, he also has a portion focused on stress meditation and management for students.
The mindfulness, they realize the impact that it has on students, and to be able to see students, and you witnessed today, everybody, including yourself, felt stress. And just a simple mindful technique in a meditative state took it completely away, didn't it?
So is the entertainment or the meditation more important to Salish?
It's both. Like, because even the entertainment aspect of it, the laughter and the endorphins it sets off and everything else. Like, when somebody comes to me and goes, I haven't laughed that much in years, then I know I did my job. When I can help somebody and change an aspect of their life, for the better, that's my soul cleansing. Right? Those are my brownie points for whatever my future has in store. When you're passionate and love what you do, it doesn't feel like work, right? More of the work is getting up early in the morning to make sure that you get on your flight to fly across the country and stuff like that. Like, to actually do a stage show, that's amazing.
From the Charles Warren Ballroom, Grant Hockmuth, PS News.
That's all we have for the news this week, but stay tuned for your weather, entertainment, and sports updates.
CTA is the College Theater Association, and we are a club that puts on theater productions. All of our productions at the CTA are student-run and completely open to all students on campus. It offers a sense of community and a place to really have students express themselves in a way that is non-judgmental. Follow us on Instagram at Plattsburgh CTA.
Welcome back, Plattsburgh. I am your weather specialist, Michael Merced, and happy Thanksgiving. I'm so ready to stuff some turkeys, stuff my face with some turkeys, and you know what? Let's not even think about that right now. Let's talk about today. It's weather. So we have 42 degrees in Owl's Head today, 42 also in Vermontville. Over in Dannemora, we have 43 degrees with a crisp 46 down in All Sable Forks. Now, what's 4 plus 3, you may ask? It's 9. We have 49 degrees. I messed that up. St. Albans City, we have 50 degrees. And in Burlington, we have a wicked 51 degrees. Taking a look at your 5-day forecast now. Now on Friday, we have 49 degrees and raining. Saturday, 44 degrees, partly sunny, chance of rain. On Sunday, you have 41 degrees. And for Monday and Tuesday, pay attention because these are potentially your travel days for the Thanksgiving break. We have Monday, we have partly sunny, we have a 42-degree day. And for Tuesday, there's also still a chance of rain that's going to be coming in with a 48-degree day going on in there. And that is all the time we're going to have today for your Plattsburgh weather update. Now we're going to send it back to Molly and Sylvia for your entertainment news.
Hello, Plattsburgh. I'm Sylvia Mania here with your entertainment update to start things off. Netflix says Beyoncé will perform during the platform's first ever NFL Christmas game day. The schedule consists of 2 matchups. Netflix says she's set to perform during the second game's halftime. That matchup features the Houston Texans and Baltimore Stadium in Beyoncé's hometown of Houston. Netflix says this is the first time she'll perform songs from her Cowboy Carter album live.
Some stunning new revelations are coming out about one-time cult leader Charles Manson. A new docuseries that will air on Peacock obtained 20 years of jailhouse recordings from Manson. In one clip, he claims he murdered people long before he was involved in the infamous Manson murders that terrorized the Los Angeles during the 1960s. Manson says he killed some people while he was living in Mexico. He later was convicted for orchestrating a wave of murders that left 7 people dead, including actress Sharon Tate in 1969. While Manson ordered the killings, he never participated. He died in prison in 2017 at the age of 83. The Diddy case is getting more complicated, with a friend of the rapper now alleging extortion. An anonymous man who describes himself as a celebrity filed a new lawsuit in the case. He claims Houston attorney Tony Busby is trying to get him to pay more money to avoid the release of allegations against him. Busby represents at least 120 victims who say they are victims of Sean Diddy Combs. He's been accused of sexually assaulting minors. Combs denies all those allegations. Busby also denied the extortion claim. All the suits filed against Combs by Busby are civil in nature. He is also awaiting a criminal trial.
It's been nearly 3 years since iconic entertainer Betty White died, just 3 weeks shy of turning 100 years old. And now the U.S. Postal Service will honor her with a postal stamp next year. The art director for the Postal Service designed the stamp. It was based off a photograph taken of White in 2010. Besides the Betty White stamp, the Postal Service announced Friday it will roll out a number of new stamps in 2025. Some of the stamps will honor nature history and cultural icons like White. Well, that's this week's entertainment update. I'm Sylvia Mania.
And I'm Molly Ryan.
Stay tuned for our PS Sport update right after the break.
Looking to get outside and enjoy some fresh air? The Saranac River Trail is a great way to take in the scenery and get some exercise. Situated along the Saranac River, the trail starts at the SUNY Plattsburgh campus and ends up at Peace Point Park on Lake Champlain. The 2.5-mile long trail is paved and offers a great space to run, jog, or bike. So get out and enjoy some exercise while taking in all the scenery Plattsburgh has to offer on the Saranac River Trail.
Hello, Plattsburgh. I'm Alex Duval, here to bring you your sports update. The Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was a knockout win for Netflix. According to the platform, the main event attracted more than 108 million live viewers from around the world, and it set a record for the most streamed sporting event in history. The fight topped the English TV list. It came in as the most watched title of the week. The fight was number 1 in 78 countries and in the top 10 for all 91 countries tracked. We go to the ice rink in Rogers Arena up in Vancouver, British Columbia, as they set to take on the New York Rangers. We start with a puck drop, and we are underway with the Canucks facing against the Rangers in a rematch of the '94 Stanley Cup Finals. Let's see if the Rangers can work their magic. Just 30 seconds into the game, Quinn Hughes dances his way to the slot. A backhand effort finds the puck in the back of the net, and the Canucks are up early in this effort. Aye, aye, Captain. Look at the C on his jersey. But hold on just a second. Not even 2 minutes later, Mika Zibanejad tips this one in from the far faceoff circle. Kips Condre Miller's shot and ties this one all at 1. Still in the first period, a lightning-quick effort with 2 passes finds a Will Cooley on the breakaway, shoots and scores, puts the puck behind Canucks netminder Artur Shilovs, and the Rangers are up 2-1. Still in the first period, a breakout play effort by the Canucks finds Kiefer Sherwood. The back of the net is his, and we're all tied up at 2. A great passing effort by Elias Pettersson on that one. We go to the second period with the Rangers. Capo Kakko gets a rebound off of a Canuck player's skate and gives the New York Rangers a 3-2 lead. Just an unfortunate bounce, but for the Rangers, that's a very good thing to see. Still in the second period, a centering pass to Connor Garland finds the back of the net. From the far faceoff circle, he ties this one up with a wrister. We go to the third period now. Outstanding passing by the New York Rangers. Chris Kreider cashes this one with a wrist shot to give his team the lead. Without that effort by Mika Zibanejad on that one, winning the 50-50 battle, that goal wouldn't have happened. And that right there is the game winner for the Rangers as they win this effort by a score of 4-3. The Plattsburgh men's basketball team kicked off their season with a win. PSTV's Desmond Novak has more.
The Plattsburgh men's basketball team kicked their season off with an exciting win against Skidmore last Friday, setting the tone for what looks to be a successful season. I sat down with head coach Mike Blaine to talk about what this win means for the team.
I thought we were consistent with what we wanted to do. We didn't always execute it as cleanly, as sharply as I would like, but our approach, our effort, our purpose behind our action was fairly consistent.
With the Cardinals set to play 2 games in 4 days, Blaine thinks this will be a good test for both he and his players to see what they are made of.
Yeah, we're gonna be tested. You know, first Saturday we got to go on the road against Norwich, and they're a veteran bunch, a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of seniors. They're excited to play their first game at home, and as we get ready to come back home on Tuesday against St. Lawrence, they're one of the top teams in the Liberty League. They pose a lot of challenges with regards to their size and their length in a 2-3 zone. A little bit of a different look from what we see day to day, so we're going to have to be locked in.
Coach Blaine commented on his team's depth and size, believing Plattsburgh has one of the better all-around rosters in the SUNYAC Conference, and believes any player can lead his team on any given night.
What I've been telling folks all the time is the thing I like about this team is that it really can be almost any guy on any given night. We've got nights where we're going to play bigger, we've got nights where we're going to play smaller, and our depth and our versatility, I think, allow us to make adjustments.
The Cardinals are set to face off against Norwich on November 16th and St. Lawrence at home on November 19th as they look to make a push further into the SUNYAC Conference. From PS News, I'm Desmond Novak.
The Plattsburgh State men's cross-country team competed at the NCAA Division III Mid-East Regional Championships on Saturday at Harkness Park as Connecticut College hosted. The team finished 15th place with 440 points in the 8,000-meter effort, with multiple Cardinals recording personal bests in their second race at Harkness Park this season. The Cardinals concluded their season with the race as the team will now transition into the indoor track and field season. The Plattsburgh State women's cross-country team also competed at the NCAA Division III Mid-East Regional Championships on Saturday at Harkness Park as Connecticut College hosted. The team finished in 20th place with 594 points in the 6,000-meter run, with Cardinals earning personal records in their second race at Harkness Park this season. The Cardinals also concluded their season with this race, as the team will now transition into the indoor track and field season. The number 12 Plattsburgh State men's ice hockey team routed SUNY Canton 7-1 in the Road SUNYAC contest on Saturday night in Canton, New York. Plattsburgh State improves to 2-2 in the season with the win, and next will host Cortland tonight, Friday, November 22nd at 7 p.m., which will be streamed here on PSTV. And they will play in the 2024 SUNYAC Championship game rematch tonight. However, Canton falls to 2-4 in the season, and next hosts Fredonia on Friday, November 22nd for a SUNYAC matchup. The number 7 Plattsburgh State women's ice hockey team traveled to Oswego State on Saturday afternoon and tied the Lakers 2-2 in SUNYAC action at the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena. Plattsburgh State moves to 2-1-1 on the season, and next will take on Canton at 3 p.m. tonight on November 22nd. Oswego State moves to 4-0-1 on the year, and next we'll take on number 5 Cortland at 3 p.m. tonight on November 22nd. Good luck to all our Cardinals. That is all the sports I have for you this week, Plattsburgh. Now back to the desk with Sylvia and Molly.
All right, Plattsburgh, that is all we have for our final PS News of this semester. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on all of our socials at Plattsburgh State TV. We'll see you again soon, Plattsburgh.